Hello friends and welcome back to my channel, A Quiet Place, where we talk about faith, life, and perspective. Today I am going to be talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. Who is she? What is her role? And can I be like her? Stay tuned. So first and foremost, I want to welcome you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new, welcome to my channel. I have tons of things for women and for anybody in general. I also want to thank those that have been here from the beginning. I really appreciate it, almost reaching 500 subscribers. So today, as you saw in my title, we're going to be talking about the Proverbs 31 woman. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and pause right now and read that chapter. Okay, so we are back, and I'm sure that you guys already read through the poem pretty much, which is an amazing thing. And you wonder, how can I live up to this woman? But let me tell you that you have exactly what it takes. God created you perfectly just to be like this woman. She is the ideal role model of what it is like to be a Christ-centered woman. Definitely, she is a woman on a mission, and she is not identified by only one particular role, which if you're like me, you can definitely relate to that because I'm a mom and my wife. I'm a full-time worker. I am also a homeschool teacher, and you name it. But most of all, this woman in Proverbs 31 lives life with a purpose, the purpose that is given to her by God. So we usually see this woman in Proverbs 31, and we almost feel intimidated by her. We feel like, can we live up to those standards in today's day? And sometimes we almost even find it discouraging. Now, this is nothing new. A lot of us women measure ourselves by other women in social media, going at the grocery store, looking at the magazines, looking at Instagram, looking at Twitter, looking at Snapchat. These women obviously have hair that I don't. They have a body that I don't. And they seem to be more successful than I am. But the best thing about this woman in the Bible is not her marital status, is not her title. It's not even her social gatherings, but it is actually her relationship with God that drives all these other parts of her life. This woman is strong. She is courageous. She is loving, she is generous, she is confident, she is full of wisdom, but above all, she is called to be in an intimate relationship with God. And to be honest with you, that looks different for everybody. My intimacy with God can look totally different than yours, as can look different than my neighbors. You cannot judge somebody else's spiritual walk by what we see on social media. Somebody that has over 30,000 followers and is a faith vlogger doesn't mean they have a better spiritual life than the one who only has 300 followers. And that is the beautiful part about looking at this woman in Proverbs 31, is that she can be a model to any type of woman, whether she has children, whether she's single, whether she's married, whether she's a full-time worker, or she's a stay-at-home mom, you name it. You can be this woman. God has prepared you especially to have a relationship with Him, aside from everything else. God has equipped you with everything that you need. And you're like, how is that? I don't have enough time to read my Bible. Listen, I've been there. I actually am there. And sometimes I feel like we're a little bit too hard on ourselves. But God has equipped us with all we need. He's equipped us so that we can work, so that we can raise our families, so that we can be entrepreneurs, but also be a child of God, which should be our number one job and role. Throw away those negative ideas. Don't compare yourself to other people. Your life is your own, and nobody can take that away. Out of all the things that God could have done to you, He created you a woman, which in my eyes is the most powerful tool that He could use. We can witness to our husbands. We can witness to our community. We can witness to other women. We can witness in our church, in the streets while we're shopping. But most of all, we have the job to witness to our children, to the future, to the ones who are going to be going out there and making disciples for Christ. So if nothing else, we have the most important job in society, to be honest. And He gave you this role because He knew that you could handle it all. Life is full of ups and downs, and it is just part of our journey as a mom and as a woman. And if our Christian walk was not full of these ups and downs, we probably wouldn't be learning some of the lessons that we learned during those times of storm. I just want to pause right here and say, if you guys haven't gone, go ahead and check out my women's devotional, I Am Loved. It's on every morning starting at midnight. It is just amazing. And it really just talks about what God does in the life of a woman. It is just inspirational, and it tells us that we are not perfect, we are not all the same, but God loves us all individually. So going back to this woman in Proverbs 31, we see that she is a woman that works. She provides for her family, she battles the winters, which we find in verse 21, and still shows strength and dignity. Now, dignity is a huge thing. A lot of women lower themselves, they lower their self-esteem, they lower their modesty because they want to be like the world, they want to fit into the world. God tells us that we're in this world, but we don't have to be part of this this world. And that is where you and I, just like this woman in Proverbs 31, stand out. Because we are beautiful. We are called not in the way that the world calls us, but in the way that God calls us, which is elevated and bigger than what this world has to offer. Everything that she does for God. Whether it's tending the fields, going to work, taking care of her children, being a wife to her husband. She doesn't do it to satisfy them or to satisfy herself. She does it because she loves God and she wants to please him. Friend, I want you to know that you have everything that it takes to be that Proverbs 31 woman. God has molded you and equipped you with all of the traits that go above and beyond. So just like all the patriarchs in the Bible that we see them and they're an example to us, she is also an example to us, an example of how we can be strong, we can be independent, we can be courageous, we can be brave, we can be sensitive, we can be loving as well. We are women equipped by God for his purpose. So what characteristic did you identify with in the Proverbs 31 woman? Comment it below. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe if you already haven't done so. Please share this with other women that you feel really need it, that you feel are feeling down, that they feel they're not enough. God has called all of us, especially you, woman. So I hope that you guys are blessed. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.